I'm from an area on the Cape Flats called Mitchell's Plain. Yeah. Cool. I should just announce myself wherever I go. Okay. So it's an area generally known for, guns and knives. But I swear to you, I have not stabbed anyone recently. So, cool. So in an area...
Just recently.
I was here today. But in an area like this, I'm joking. But it's true that that's how the area is. So in an area like this, where there's a lot of high crime and people joining gangs and just resorting to violence, you find that youth unemployment is crazy. And when you ask the guy on the corner why he's unemployed, you always get the same answer. The guy either dropped out of school in grade 9, so now he doesn't have any qualifications, so how is he supposed to find a job? It's like, oh, I have grade 9, so who's going to hire me? Then you're like, no, but you can do this and you can do whatever. And he's like, no, but I can't just go and study because I need to make money. So I can't be in this class with you guys because my mom's going to ask me to put food on the table. So I need to be out here hustling. I need to make sure that we can eat when I go home. And then, even if he has the qualifications and he has the work experience, the cost of finding work is more than he can bear. Because if you start to do the calculations, it could work out to something like 1,500 Rand a month to actively look for a job. So that's not for you to just send someone your CV. I'm an email, my cousin, my CV is going to get me in there where he works. None of that stuff. That's you getting up every day, you're jumping in a taxi, you're going to a mall, you're knocking on every door up until you find a job. You make finding a job your job. Yeah, you do that, then it will cost you something like 1,500 Rand a month. So now the people in my community are generally operating on a grant of like 3,000 Rand a month. So now you have to tell your parents, oh, I need more than a third of the household income, and I may or may not have a job at the end of the month. Well, it's like cheaper for you to just be unemployed. A couple of slices of bread, you stay at home, drink some water, and then you're fine. So you finding work is more dangerous than you being unemployed. Okay, so I want to introduce you to Edwina. So Edwina is a young lady who lives in an area, also on the Cape Flats, called Blikkiesdorp. Oh, yeah, Blikkiesdorp, yeah, cool. So their family was moved there. It was supposed to be a sort of temporary housing for them. Okay, that was about 8 or 9 years ago, and they are still there. So her area is also full of high crime rate. She had to drop out of school in grade 7 to take care of her grandmother because she was sick. She lost both the sisters, and I had to look after the family. So she has to be the breadwinner with only having grade 9. Now she wants to go and learn. But you know what happens when you go to a learning institution and you're like, oh, I actually want to do this. Sorry, but you need matric to come and learn. So now she can't even try to improve her life. Okay? And there are organizations, again, that want to make sure that she can come in, which is the space that she's now finding herself. They tried to figure out a way for RLabs and a corporate called Naspers to combine their resources to create this high-tech learning environments where these young people can come and learn. So now she finds herself in this space which they call Naspers Labs. And now she's exposed to different kind of technology. But the problem still persists at home. She still needs to bring something home. This is where Zlto comes in. So Zlto is a digital rewards platform, or rather an incentive marketplace, impact marketplace, where people can decide what it is that they want to do and what it is they want to care about. So a young person like Edwina can decide, I'm going to go to class, and because I am learning, I can be rewarded for the things that I learn. And then with my rewards, I can buy actual things from actual stores which I can take home to my mother. So she'll come and she'll learn about how to use computers, something that she never thought she would be able to do. And because she has learned that skill and got the certificate, she's now rewarded with Zlto. Now she, with our partnership with Shoprite, which is another example of how a retailer can come on board with a project like Zlto, she can now go into a Shoprite store, exchange Zlto for actual goods and services. So now there's no more pressure from a grandmother. A grandmother's not like, you need to leave this learning thing. She's like, but grandmother, because I'm learning, we can now eat. So here's the bread, here's the milk, it's on the table, can I go back to class? Because you wanted me to put food on the table. There you go. So now she can continue to learn. But then what we find is, this presents a whole realm of challenges. Because Shoprite was kind enough to gift us a certain amount of products. But that's not enough. People start to need other things. People want to be able to go to the doctor. They want to be able to dress well, get a haircut. They must be able to smell nice, and there's a whole lot of things that they need. So we then try to, go to corporates and be like, yo guys, can you just give us as much things as you can? And we'll go, and generally, If you're like a new guy that no one knows about and you're just trying to find the person, it's not a good experience. You know, it's like, oh, so who are you? No, I'm this dude from Mitchell's Plain. They weren't as happy as you were, you know? So, I should have, yeah. So anyway, so now these guys, so some people have come on board, but we had to figure out a way for us to show what the value is that they can exchange for the things that they're doing for us. We then thought of a way to show them that there are problems happening in your community, and we can take care of their problems if you reward people for doing that. Because we want to create a culture of work in our communities where a young person can decide that I'm not going to care about what you want me to. I'm passionate about young people playing soccer, so I'm going to go out and teach all the people all the guys standing around how to play soccer, and then I will be rewarded for that. And all you have to do is make sure that we can be able to purchase T-shirts after having worked for it. We then figured out a way to calculate what the social return on investment would be for all the work that is complete. So if someone needs a house painted, a young person can go and just seek out the opportunity, go and paint the house, and then go onto Zlto, upload what it is that they did, and just say, look, I just painted this person's house because they were in need. Here's 2 pictures. Here's a reference. I did this in this and that kind of time. We then have a lot of reviewers who then use blockchain technology to review what they have done, and then they then receive their Zlto. So now we then show this to the vendor that's donating the product. So it's like, now it's not just a pair of shoes that you donated. It's 2 to 3 hours of work that led to this pair of shoes, and we can actually show you that. You know, this is information that they find to be more valuable. You know, no? If I had to order it like this, it would have been different. So now, jokes, all jokes, all jokes. Okay. So this Edwina is now employed. She's graduated. I don't even know how much certificate she's completed, but she's doing courses like coding. She's learning how to use computers. She's actually one of the facilitators at the same training program that she attended. And it's the same person from Blikkiesdorp that dropped out in grade 7. All because she understands that she is someone who can work for what you want. And that's what Zlto wants to create, the culture of work. And this sums up basically our offering. We have number 1, an incentives marketplace. So to organizations that are wanting to incentivize their people, the problem is in our community, when you give someone a stipend, they view it as a salary, and they still can't travel to work, even though they're doing an internship. But because Zlto is a curated store, they can only purchase things that you deem important for them. So they can only purchase some type of transport voucher, or they can only purchase electricity, or they can only purchase bread. Nothing, no alcohol, no cigarettes, none of that kind of stuff, only things that they need. We then also have a way for organizations to now then track the positive behavior that their young people then create. So they can see that when people come to their space, they know what courses they are doing, but it's difficult to tell what the young person then does when they leave. So now this shows that you actually change the person to the point where they go into their community and they become community leaders. And because they are now doing this volunteering in their communities, they are gaining certain skills that we then keep track of using this Zlto platform as well. So you just might be doing something like assisting a senior's home, but you're now learning how to do time management, you're learning how to communicate, you're learning how to interact with people of different demographics. You suddenly have a project management skill, all because you assisted senior members in your community. And this, being verified using blockchain technology, then gets stored in what we call your work asset. So by the time you need to go and apply for a job, and they ask you, so where's your qualifications at? You can say, well, I might not have a matric certificate, for example, but I have over 2,000 hours of work experience, you know, and I have a list of people that can verify what it is that I said. Yeah. So that can change the conversation. Time. Thank you. I'm gonna get some water.
It is Zlto.